Right. This is not as silly a song as it sounds. It's probably a metaphor, satirical metaphor for political situation, really, but it involves animals instead. When hippos battle in the mud, it's the frogs who pay the price. They're only small amphibians, but they don't need telling twice. They always know what's coming when they hear the hippos grunt. When hippos battle in the mud, it's the frogs who bear the brunt. When hippos battle in the mud, it's the frogs who bear the brunt. When hippos battle in the mud, it's the frogs who pay the price. But when hippo parties want your vote, they'll offer you something nice. You can pay less tax or keep your job. The choice is up to you. When hippos battle in the mud, it's the frogs they really screw. When hippos battle in the mud, it's the frogs they really screw. When hippos battle in the mud, it's the frogs who pay the price. But if you want to be top grosser, then use this strange device. Bog off, they'll say, we're giving it away, though the farmers may go bust. When hippos battle in the mud, it's the frogs who bite the dust. When hippos battle in the mud, it's the frogs who bite the dust. When hippos battle in the mud, it's the frogs who pay the price. But even hippos care when polar bears run out of ice. Though there's still coal out in the west and oil still in the east. When hippos battle in the mud, it's the frogs who count the least. When hippos battle in the mud, it's the frogs who count the least. When hippos battle in the mud, it's the frogs who pay the price. But if it were not for the frogs, they'd lose their paradise. The food chain would be broken, the ecosystem done, and all of their hypocrisy will burn up in the sun. And all of their hypocrisy will burn up in the sun. When hippos battle in the mud, it's the frogs who pay the price. They're only small amphibians, but they don't need telling twice. They always know what's coming when they hear the hippos grunt. When hippos battle in the mud, it's the frogs who bear the brunt. When hippos battle in the mud, it's the frogs who bear the brunt. When hippos battle in the mud.
That was wonderful.
That's by Brian Hooper.
Brian Hooper?
Hooper, yes, who has been on he's the guy who suggested our theme nights, so he comes to those. If you've been to the themes, you will have encountered him. And he's probably the longest standing continuous member of the folksal who's sort of been connected with it without taking a break.
That was a lovely song. Okay, where's Jeffrey now? He's disappeared.
Get his viola.
On music.
Oh, there he comes, yes.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay, so I was going to do Blow the Man Down.
All right.
Okay, blow the man down in the key of G. Okay, I kind of got into it after it sounded a little muddy at the
Yeah,
beginning.
that was just fine. You might
I
want to look. You might want to look to see if your original sound setting is on.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that.
It seems to lose certain notes.
Oh, you're right. And I was playing that. Yeah, that goes kind of high.
Yeah, very high notes just drop out sometime.
Plus, well, I forgot that I'm supposed to start in third position. Well, that's not the best I've played it. Let me try this one. This is the sailor's hornpipe. And it's supposed to be played moderately fast. And this is actually too hard for me. But since there's only 4 of us here, I'm going to give it a shot. So sailor's hornpipe, and this is in the key of C, and it's called where the composer's name belongs. It just says "Song of the Sea." That's what it says. Sailor's hornpipe. Okay.
Well, it is a hard song. It's a hard piece to do. So it was a valiant effort and well accomplished.
You know, it's the strange thing about the fiddle is that when a song like this, you get, when there's a lot of fast notes, it seems like it would be hard to put the fingers down fast enough. But no, it's lifting the fingers up fast enough. That's what's hard.
What's really hard is coordinating it with the bow strokes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I do play some fiddle, but that's one of the instruments I just don't play in public.
I know. My instructor would say I'm using way too long of a bow stroke. For really fast notes like that, it only needs a tiny little bow stroke.
I had an instructor who told me just pretend you're Heifetz or somebody. Just do it.
So, Terry, it's your turn.
Oh,
I thought it was your turn first.
Okay, I'll take a turn.
Is it?
I don't care. So last Wednesday at Folk Soul, there was this theme that emerged. There were a couple of themes that emerged, and one was animals, and the other was food. That was last week, wasn't it, Paul? Yeah. And I thought of the perfect song, but I didn't have the words with me. I don't know where this came from. I heard it from Oscar Brand on a children's concert album he did. We'll see if I sing it in this key or not. There was a man named Underbeck invented a machine for grinding things to sausage meat, and it was run by steam. Now pussycats and long-tailed rats will never more be seen. They'll all be ground to sausage meat in Dunderbeck's machine. Oh, Dunderbeck, how could you be so mean? Forever having invented the sausage meat machine. Now pussycats and long-tailed rats will never more be seen. They'll all be ground to sausage meat in Dunderbeck's machine. Now, one day a little boy came in, from walking on the shore. A little pile of sausage meat was lying on the floor. While he was awaiting, he whistled up a tune. All them little sausage. I've heard different verses to this one. The sausage meat got up and barked and danced around the room. Oh, Dunderbeck, how could you be so mean? Forever having invented the sausage meat machine. Now pussycats and long-tailed rats will never more be seen. They'll all be ground to sausage meat in Dunderbeck's machine. One night the thing got busted, the darn thing wouldn't go. So Dunderbeck he crawled inside to find what made it so. His wife, she had a nightmare. She was walking in her sleep. She gave a yank and turned the crank, and Dunderbeck was meat. Oh, Dunderbeck, how could you be so mean? Forever having invented the sausage meat machine. Now pussycats and long-tailed rats will never more be seen. They'll all be ground to sausage meat in Dunderbeck's machine.
Great stuff.
That was funny.
Very thematic.
Is Dunderbeck actually a make of sausage in the US?
I have no idea.
Oh, right.
I've never seen.
I've never heard of it.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Anyway, we also had a sub theme from that arising of offending the vegans, didn't we, or the vegetarians? I think each time, and that would have fitted.
Well, I'm a vegan, and I wasn't offended. I was almost more offended by my own song the week that I sang, the one about the whale getting stripped of his hide as he was lashed to the side of a ship.
Well,
that was worse than a
most
sausage.
likely to be offended by that.
Well, I wasn't offended by the sausage song.
It could also fit a theme about things mechanical. That's another category.
Mm.
Yeah. So, where are we? Mary Jane, yes.
I think it's my turn. So I'm going to do Sweet Betsy from Pike in honor of the last time at Celtic when Stewart did a song to the tune of Sweet Betsy from Pike, only I'm sure he thinks it was the older song and Sweet Betsy was written after it. I don't even remember the name of this song. Was anybody there that remembers that? That
Well, there
the
is one called
song?
There is one known as Villikins and His Diner, which is definitely a parody of the other.
Yeah, well, this one, I think it had more of a traditional flavor to it. I don't think it was really supposed to be a humorous song. The Sweet Betsy is a humorous song. So anyway, I'll shut up and try to do the song. Do you remember Sweet Betsy from Pike, who crossed the wide prairies with her lover Ike, with 2 yoke of cattle and a large yellow dog, a tall Shanghai rooster and 1 spotted hog? Doodle dang foldy dido, doodle dang foldy day. One evening quite early they camped on the Platte, laid down their blankets on a green shady flat, where Betsy sore-footed lay down to repose. With wonder Ike gazed on his Pike County rose. Doodle dang foldy dido, doodle dang foldy day. Their wagons broke down with a terrible crash, and out on the prairie rode all sorts of trash. A few little baby clothes done up with care was rather suspicious, though all on the square. Doodle dang foldy dido, doodle dang foldy day. Shanghai ran off and the cattle all died. That morning the last piece of bacon was fried. Poor Ike was discouraged and Betsy got mad. The dog drooped his tail and looked wondrously sad. Doodle dang foldy dido, doodle dang foldy day. Sweet Betsy got up in a great deal of pain, declared she'd go back to Pike County again. But I heaved a sigh and they fondly embraced. They traveled along with his arm round her waist. Doodle dang foldy dido, doodle dang foldy day. They swam the wide rivers and climbed the tall peaks, and camped on the prairies for weeks upon weeks. Starvation and cholera, hard work and slaughter. They reached California's Spike Hell and high water. Doodle dang foldy dido, doodle dang foldy day. That morning they stood on a very high hill, and with wonder looked down into old Placerville. Ike shouted and said as he cast his eyes down, Sweet Betsy, my darling, we've got to hang town. Doodle dang foldy dido, doodle dang foldy day. Long Ike and Sweet Betsy attended a dance where Ike wore a pair of his Pike County pants. Sweet Betsy was covered with ribbons and rings. Said Ike, you're an angel, but where are your wings? Doodle dang foldy dido, doodle dang foldy day. This Pike County couple got married, of course, but Ike became jealous, obtained a divorce. Sweet Betsy, well satisfied, said with a shout, goodbye, you big lummox, I'm glad you backed out. Doodle dang foldy dido, doodle dang foldy day.
I'm
Yeah,
going
I
to
think
practice
you're.
that one. I actually have sheet music for that too.
All right.
Yeah, that
It'll
was
sound good on the fiddle.
that was on Burl Ives did this little album sometime in the 50s, I guess. And it was one of the sort of, I thought, early influences on the folk revival because there's a lot of those that songs on that album that became sort of part of everyone's repertoire. There was Blue Tail Fly and Tom Pierce was on that. Tom Pierce.
Yeah. Well, I think I got the Golden Vanity. I learned it by listening to a Burl Ives
Yeah, yeah.
rendition.
Else
It's
was
a
on
sea
there.
song, but
Yeah,
it was
and
the first sea song I ever learned.
the Eddystone Light was on that, and yeah, unfortunately, he had political problems, and you know, had a hard
Communism
time.
problems,
Huh?
McCarthy problems.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he was on the wrong side of McCarthy.
Yeah.
He informed on a number of people, and so he was persona non grata in
Oh,
the
he's
lefty folk
squealed.
music community. So,
Mm.
but you know, he was still a successful actor and still kept recording, and you know, I forgive him. I don't know. So, oh gosh, where are we? We're at the end of the
Storm
line.
is
We're going
here.
around so fast. I'm
Hi,
getting hungry.
Storm.
Yeah, we have a new
Oh,
person,
Storm's
you
on here. Hold
realize.
on. Maybe I'm not looking at the.
Big as
Hi
life.
there.
Hi.
Do you have a theme today?
Well, we not exactly.
Not officially, I think.
I just did a song that seemed to fit four themes that were, but no theme. Not, we're very informal today. There's just a handful of us. Our sessions have been getting a little thin, so we're kind of being very chatty and relaxing and having a good time. So welcome, Storm. Would you like to dive right in and do something for us?
Sure.
Thank you.
So I'll do a poem that's sort of Halloween-ish, and then I'll do a song that's about somebody who actually lived in my town. Okay. Commandment. Color death's saliva yellow, blending with black to form the brown of apple faces rotting in the sun. The flies, attracted by the stench, come as healers to bleed the juices of my funeral. The minister pleads for amnesty, but in the end barters away my soul. Well, some say John Putnam was a slave boy, others that he knew freedom all his life. He lived here in the 1800s and raised a family with his wife. Lord, Lord, raised a family with his wife. Well, John Putnam, he picked up a fiddle, played with a fiddle in his hand. John Putnam, he picked up a fiddle. That's how he came to lead his band. Lord, Lord, that's how he came to lead his band. Now John Putnam, he played in Greenfield. John Putnam, he played all around. Where his name was on the billing, the people came to hear his sound. Lord, Lord, people, they came to hear his sound. Oh, I missed. The people, they came to hear his sound. Lord, Lord, people, they came to hear his sound. And John Putnam, he never missed the dance date. That's a fact, I swear it's so. Even when his sleigh tipped over and pitched his band right in the snow. Lord, Lord, pitched his band right in the snow. Well, John Putnam, a barber in the daytime, was a conductor in the night. He hid slaves deep in his cellar and sent them off to freedom with the light. Lord, Lord, sent them off to freedom with the light. Now John Putnam was an honest feller, and John Putnam, his word was his bound. So now his family's generations still keep his lessons passing on. Lord, Lord, keep his lessons passing on. I forgot the tune. Oh well. So John Putnam was well liked and loving. John Putnam, he lent a helping hand. He set an example we should follow. That's why we celebrate the man. Yes, yes. Why we celebrate the man. So John Putnam was a black man who lived in Greenfield, Massachusetts,
Ah,
and did all the things that the song says.
that's great. And that's
And
of your
for,
composition, I presume.
for a number
Yes.
of years in the early 2000s, we actually created a fiddle contest in his honor. In the first couple of years, we had his ancestors, both black and white, come from different parts of the country, meet each other some of them for the first time, and celebrate along with us.
Very nice. And that one was of your composition, was it?
Yes,
Great.
All right.
and the poem was mine also.
Okay, so I think we've come all the way around to Paul again, if he's still there. I just see his little banner. Are you still there, Paul? Well, let's have Jeff.
I've got a care call at the moment, so just
Oh,
pass it on
okay.
and
So
I'll come back. Andy.
we'll move along to
Skip
Jeffrey
him
here.
and move to somebody else.
Yeah, yeah. Jeffrey, can you take the baton here?
Okay. Huh.
Jeff, I just accidentally muted you. There you go.
Okay. So I'm gonna play one. Um, this one is called "The Boat Song" by a Frenchman named Tour, Tours, B Tour. I have no idea who this is, but it's the boat song in the key of C. There you go, the boat song.
Oops, whoops.
Terry's turn because Paul's not back yet.
Already?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll play something then. Let's see. playing banjo all morning, so I guess it's guitar time for a while. Let's see. Well, I'm sure I know Mary Jane's heard this. But... This is kind of a variant of Down in the Valley. Little Willie's my darling. Little Willie's my, whoops. Little Willie's my dear. If you think I don't love her, got a foolish idea. She said that she loved me, to give my heart ease. As soon as my back was turned, she loved whom she pleased. I rapped on her window, I knocked on her door. She gave me short answer, don't you come here no more. Looks like it's been a while since I played it. The judge said, stand up, George, and dry off your tears. You're sentenced to Raleigh for 21 years. She wrote me one letter, she sent it by mail. She sent it in care of that Washington jail. Little Willie's my darling, little Willie's my dear. If you think I don't love her, you got a foolish idea. There it is. Well, sitting in prison, my back to the wall, was that old corn liquor, was the cause of it all. Gonna build me a steeple on the mountain so high, so I can see Willie as she rides on by. Little Willie's my darling, little Willie's my dear. If you think I don't love her, you got a foolish idea. And if I'd only listen to what my mama said, I'd been there at home today in her feather bed. Little Willie's my darling, little Willie's my dear. If you think I don't love her, you got a foolish idea. Finally got the chorus right. Thank you. Oh, Paul, would you like to take a number?
Okay, yeah, I'm probably going to have to go after this, but I will
Okay.
do you a silly one to finish with.
That'll be excellent.
This starts with a chorus. I warn you, it is silly. Talking animals and such, well, slightly talking animals, very anthropomorphic animals anyway. There's a pond at the end of Dustbin Lane where the sun always shines. It never rains. There's a hedgehog and a mouse and a big green frog, a tiny caterpillar and a Fred called Dog. Well, everybody called the hedgehog Crazy Mike, 'cause he went round and round the pond on his motorbike. There's nothing worse for slow worms who go sleeping under flowers than being run over by an hedgehog going at 90 miles an hour. There's a pond at the end of Dustbin Lane where the sun always shines. It never rains. There's a hedgehog and a mouse and a big green frog, a tiny caterpillar and a Fred called Dog. Now the mouse, she was a lady so awfully refined, who only ate the best cheese what the posh folks left behind. She was courted by a Scots mouse with a sporran and a kilt on, who drove an E-type haggis with a built-in Stilton. Down at the end of Dustbin Lane where the sun always shines, it never rains. There's a hedgehog and a mouse and a big green frog, a tiny caterpillar and a Fred called Dog. Nobody knew where the frog came from. He spent all the day just swimming in the pond, floating and a croaking and a gazing at the sky, listening to the sound of the clouds going by. There's a pond at the end of Dustbin Lane where the sun always shines. It never rains. There's a hedgehog and a mouse and a big green frog, a tiny caterpillar and a Fred called Dog. And the tiny caterpillar, no bigger than your thumb, she said she'd like to travel further than the sun. She closed her eyes and she wished she could go, but all the others laughed because she moved so slow. There's a pond at the end of Dustbin Lane where the sun always shines. It never rains. There's a hedgehog and a mouse and a big green frog, a tiny caterpillar and a Fred called Dog. Now the hedgehog and the frog decided not to stay. The mouse got married and they're happy, so they say. The caterpillar turned into a lovely butterfly who spread her wings as she waved goodbye to the pond at the end of Dustbin Lane where the sun always shines. It never rains. There's a hedgehog and a mouse and a big green frog, a tiny caterpillar and a Fred called Dog. Well, if you go down the end of Dustbin Lane, you won't need your coat 'cause it never rains. You won't see no caterpillar, hedgehog, mouse or frog, but you might catch a glimpse of the Fred called Dog. But there's a pond at the end of Dustbin Lane where the sun always shines. It never rains. There was a hedgehog and a mouse and a big green frog, a tiny caterpillar caterpillar and a thread called dog.
Just lovely. I'm a sucker for silly songs. As
Yes,
you
I
know.
think you get a bit of hey, I'm Mac in that, isn't it? And such like, yeah.
A
By,
You
sweet
can,
by
song.
you
Rick
can tell
Tilly.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, you can tell it's English because in America it would be garbage can lane,
Oh right, yes, yes.
but
I
the
don't know.
meter would still work.
I don't know that. I don't know. There's actually a real dustbin lane anywhere. It sounds like not a sort of very promising address. But anyway, nice to see you. Sorry to leave you when you're a bit
Yeah,
thin,
take
but I'll
care.
catch up with you another time. Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Cheers.
Hey,
Keep
thanks
going.
for showing up.
That's all right. That was good.
Yeah.
Nice to have a chat as well. Okay. Cheers.
Enjoyed your songs.
Thanks.
So, Mary Jane, would you like to do it?
Okay. Well, I'm going to follow Storm's lead and do a sort of a
Oh, Mary Jane, I'm sorry, I just muted you.
in. Yeah, I'm going to do, I don't really have that many real Halloween songs, but Oh Death is a traditional song that is sometimes done by bluegrass people like Ralph Stanley, and I've always liked it. So I've done my own arrangement of it and calling it a Halloween song since it's about death, a person's personal relationship with death. What could be better for Halloween? Oh, oh, death. Oh, oh, death. Won't you spare me over to another year? Oh, what is this that I can't see with ice cold hands taking over me? Well, I am deaf, none can excel. I'll open the door to heaven or hell. Oh, death, someone would pray. Could you wait to call me another day? Children prayed, the preacher preached. Time and mercy are out of your reach. My mother came to my bed, placed a cold towel upon my head. My head is warm, my feet are cold. Death is a moving upon my soul. I'll fix your feet so you can't walk. I'll lock your jaw so you can't talk. I'll close your eyes so you can't see this very air. Come and go with me. Oh, oh, death. Oh, oh, death. Won't you spare me over to another year? Oh, death, how you're treating me. You close my eyes so I can't see. You're hurting my body, you're making me cold. You run my life right out of my soul. Death, I come to take the soul. Leave the body and leave it cold. To drop the flesh off of the frame. Dirt and worm both have a claim. Oh, oh, death. Oh, oh, death. Won't you spare me over to another year? Oh, death, please consider my age. Please don't take me at this stage. My wealth is all at your command. If you will move your icy hand. The old, the young, the rich, the poor, all will come to me for sure. No wealth, no land, no silver, no gold. Nothing satisfies me but your soul. Oh, oh, death. Oh, oh, death. Won't you spare me over to another year? Won't you spare me over to another year? Won't you spare me over to another year?
Very nice, Mary Jane. Now, you will bear in mind that we have actually 3 more sessions before Halloween coming up.
Yeah, well, that's the
So,
only one I was going to do this time. I was going to ration my Halloween songs
ration your
out
spooky
because
songs. I was
there's.
saving all mine up for actual
Oh, you're
Halloween.
saving yours.
How do you figure 3?
Well, I'm counting tomorrow's session, which is a Sunday session. So,
Ah,
Yeah, well, that might be a big one because some people don't do anything but the stone soup,
it
and they
might be.
have all
It's
their
been,
Halloween songs that day.
yeah. Well, Stone Soup has been a little thin as well. We'll just have to see. But a few people show up, and great fun will be had by all, I'm sure. So I've completely lost track of the order of things here. Who
I
would
think it's
like to
back to
do?
Jeff again.
Back to Jeff? You want to do one,
Yeah.
Jeff?
Okay. I'm going to read a poem.
All
All
righty.
Where is it? All right. This is called Canned Stone Fruits, particularly peaches, most noble stone fruit, ripened in orchard summer central Texas hills, sap smeared, tumbled, bushels now purified, plunged, exquisite fuzz and all in boiling water till the slipping point, to be undone of skins dipped in cold, while mason jars heat and sugar dissolves, to smother luscious fleshes cut in quarters pitted, or as some put it, stoned, and now put by, suspended, nectar wetted, cheating time, till next time, on ice cream.
Chili. Very good.
That was, I don't know if it's for a particular season. It's certainly way past Peach's time, but I think it was I don't know. I was kind of satisfied that I
it's
got.
not way past Peach's time. They're just ending here in Massachusetts.
Oh, cool.
Well, they
Awesome.
still have some really good ones at HEB. I've been still buying them.
Huh.
I'm not sure where they come from, but
You
you
know,
can
Maybe
get
maybe they come from New Hampshire.
them. Maybe so.
All right.
thereby hangs a song. You know, Mary Jane, you know peach picking time in Georgia.
Well, yes, I did sing that not too long ago.
Huh.
I thought I remembered that you did. Okay, well, Storm, would you like to take another turn?
Okay,
It goes
this
around
is
fast now.
this is a world premiere. I just started this
Oh,
in a
wow.
workshop about a couple hours ago. See if it holds together. It's called Bear's Hug. Do you need a smile? Do you need a hug? Has your happy space hid under the rug? That is why I am here for you, with arms open wide, fuzzy soft and blue. The I heart you on my shirt, it will soothe your hurt, and gaze in my eyes, then you'll realize there's a prayer there is a prayer that I hold, that love, wait, there is a prayer that I hold for you as days unfold, that love you will touch, oh, so much. Do you need a smile? Do you need a hug? As your happy space hid under a rug? That's why I am here for you, with arms open wide, fuzzy soft and blue.
That was, oh, yeah. Allow me to introduce to you, this is Rainbow the Quiet Bear. Did I tell you about Rainbow before? He's actually the mute in my banjo. I put him in my banjo.
Oh, wow.
My kids in the Sunday school decided that to name him Rainbow the Quiet Bear.
Huh.
Anyway, that was a lovely poem, Storm.
Did it hold together?
It held together. I think you can regard this as a successful debut.
Excellent.
Yeah. So
I'll tweak it a little
Alright.
more, of course, because that's what I do.
So what do you think, guys? This is such a small group. Do you want to do one more round, or shall we
Yeah.
call it an early night? One more round?
May as
Either
well.
way is fine
Yeah.
with me. I have
Okay,
no
I'll
need
do
to
one.
go another round, but I will go one more.
Okay. Somewhere here I have a harmonica. Where did I drop my harmonica? Here's my harmonicas. Yeah, this is what happens when you go out of the house to do song circles. You lose your harmonicas. Okay, we begin again. My Creole belle, I love her well, my darling baby. My Creole belle, my Creole belle, I love her well, my darling baby, my Creole belle. The song doesn't have much in the way of lyrics. When stars shine, I'll call her mine, my darling baby, my Creole belle, yes, my belle, my Creole belle. I love her well, my darling baby, my Creole belle. That's all.
I like that.
Good. So who's ever next, just go next. Okay.
Yeah, I think I came after you. It's kind
That's
of
Mary Jane.
hard to remember.
I don't
I'm
think it matters
having
much.
trouble deciding what to sing. I've got an original song that I don't think I've ever sung for y'all. And then I've got an old cowboy song. Which one would you like to hear?
I'd love to hear your original.
Okay, I'll do that one. It's called The Dancing Grandma, and it's based on a true experience that I had once upon a time. Let's see, I might want to use a pick on it. She got purple suede high top tennis shoes. She's the dancing grandma. She wears a bright yellow vest and pink lipstick too. She's the dancing grandma. She grabs little girls and makes them prance. She teaches everybody to dance. She's the dancing grandma. Ooh, the dancing grandma. She's got short gray hair and a double chin. She's the dancing grandma. Dentures gleam, an expansive grin. She's the dancing grandma. But when she gets up to her audience chair, she hits the dance floor like Fred Astaire. She's the dancing grandma. The dancing grandma. She beckons you to dance, lips tightly pursed. She's the dancing grandma. And when you refuse, you feel you're cursed by the dancing grandma. She thinks you're lazy to sit on your butt when you can get up and waltz or strut with the dancing grandma. The dancing grandma. Well, everybody's here 'cause the concert's free with the dancing grandma. Office workers, housewives, and retirees with the dancing grandma. Nobody questions she can cut the rug. She won't stop till the band pulls the plug on the dancing grandma. The dancing grandma. The dancing grandma. Ooh, the dancing grandma. At least
That's great.
That's great. I'd really love to learn that one.
well, maybe I'll get a decent song sheet together and
That would be
email
really
it.
nice.
That one was in B.
There's a
And
group of
Laurie,
women across the country called the Raging Grannies. They'd love that song.
Well, believe it or not, I wasn't the grandma in question. I wrote this about 20 years ago, and there was an older lady than me sitting there, and she really looked like a grandma, and she really
Uh,
had that kind of that pushy bit that some old ladies have, pulling little people out to dance with her, and so it was just I was just sitting there on my butt. I never considered myself much of a dancer, and certainly not to the point of dragging people out on the dance floor. But she
okay,
made an
so
impression on me, so she got a song written
she
about
got a
her.
song. That's good. She will be. Yeah, I remembered that from another time you sang, and I was very charmed. I really liked that one. I will.
So, had you heard it before?
Yes, yes, I remember you're singing that somewhere. I don't
Somewhere.
know whether it was on a Zoom session or
It could have
where did
been
you write
maybe
it?
at one of those sing-alongs.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Every
it
once in a while, I'd sing a song at a
was
sing-along that
the
I'd
Dancing
written.
Grandma. Well, it's stuck in my mind, obviously. So
Well, at
I
least it's
completely,
lively.
so I completely lost track of order. So Jeff or Storm, if you would like to volunteer, just go
It's
right
Jeff.
ahead.
It's Jeff's turn.
All right. I will play a Jewish folk song called The Tidy Tailor. And let's see, it's the key signature looks like the key of B flat, but I strongly suspect it's in a minor key, so that would be G minor. If it looks like it's in B flat, it's got two flats. Anyway, it ends on a G. So I'm going to say that it's in G minor. The Tidy Tailor, Jewish folk song. How's that?
Very nice. And indeed, it was in the key of G minor.
Yeah, it was a very nice tune.
Yeah, it's that harmonic minor that you hear in.
And well played also.
Well, thank you. I just opened up, I was just looking for anything folk, and I opened up book number 1, and I said, I think I can probably play that.
I've gotten interested in minor key harmonicas, and with Lee Oscars, one of the last companies makes minor key harmonicas, and they do of each minor key that they do a melodic and a harmonic scale. I'm not quite sure what the difference is, but
Oh, well,
I have to
melodic.
collect them all in order to find out.
A melodic would be too, sounds like that would be too complicated for a harmonica because it's different going up than down.
Yeah, I don't know. They've got some YouTube videos out where they compare these harmonicas and tell you what the scales are.
Huh.
And they may be using the term loosely
Right.
to describe their particular harmonica tunings. I don't know. But
Yeah, the way I
Well,
heard
it
it
could
described.
it could be on one. It's the same whether you suck in or blow out, and the other one is different on each way.
Let me see here. I've got one. I got myself a D minor harmonica, which is
The harmonic minor actually skips a step. There's actually a step and a half interval between two of the notes. There's a,
so. This is, I believe, this is their melodic scale.
wow.
Of course, with harmonicas, they often make a slightly different scale from the bottom than from the top. It gets complicated.
Huh.
And harmonicas, the little harmonicas, what's usually called the diatonic harmonicas, the scale is very limited. So you have to do all sorts of funny tricks. Like frequently I fill in the missing notes on the guitar or the banjo. Nobody notices it's not being played on the harmonica. Or you can bend notes or do all sorts of things, but this is that's not quite right, is it?
Huh.
So they offer some intriguing possibilities. I find them very tasty. So, Storm, would you like to take one last turn before we fade away?
Okay,
Thank you.
this time the poem is mine, but the song is not. Fate, the neighbor says, if such. Try again. Fate. Fate, a neighbor says, as if such were a mangy black cat with all its ribs showing. Fate, others agree, clucking their tongues, shaking their heads, and closing their doors. Fate that the truck doesn't see the kid in time to swerve. Fate that the car's brakes don't hold, so it rolls down the hill, misses the turn, and crashes through the drugstore's window, killing two old women, one of whom just happens to be the place's best customer. Fate hangs out in this town, somewhere near the lake, downwind from the sawmill, waiting for when someone gets too careless, giving the townsfolk something else to blame besides themselves. Michel Rene was ill the day the earth stood still, but he told us where we stand, and Flash Gordon was there in silver underwear. Claude Rains was the invisible man. Then something went wrong for Fay Ray and King Kong. They got caught in a celluloid jam. Then at a deadly pace, it came from outer space. And this is how the message ran. Science fiction, double feature. Dr. X will build a creature. See androids fighting. Brad and Janet and Francis stars in Forbidden Planet. Oh, at the late night double feature picture show. I knew Lee G. Carroll was over a barrel when Tarantula took to the hills. And I really got hot when I saw Janet Scott fight a Triffid that spit poison and kills. Dana Andrews said prunes gave him the runes, and passing them used lots of skills. But when worlds collide, said George Powell to his bride, I'm gonna give you some terrible thrills. Like a science fiction double feature, Dr. X will build a creature, see androids fighting, Brad and Janet and Francis stars in Forbidden Planet. Oh, at the late night double feature picture show, I want to go. Oh, oh, to the late night double feature picture show by RKO. Oh, oh, to the late night double feature picture show in the back row. To the late night double feature picture show.
Great.
Anybody recognize that?
Oh, wow. Oh, the
Rocky
tune?
Horror Picture Show.
I didn't quite place the tune. What was it?
I think Mary Jane said it.
The Rocky Horror Picture
Oh,
Show was a
okay.
movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The
So
guy that
how
played
many movies?
the Frankenstein, Frankfurter, he was
Uh-huh.
tremendous in the role.
Yeah.
Tim
I don't
Curry.
remember the name. Tim
Yeah,
Curry.
right.
Right.
I
Yeah.
couldn't remember what his name was, but I'd
Tim
seen him
Curry.
since, and I think he just had a hard time living it down because it was such a
Well, he did.
career
It's,
defining role.
the clown and it and lots of other things. So, how many movies did you work into that? I lost count.
It's not mine. It's from the show.
Oh, it's from Rocky Horror. Oh, I hadn't remembered that. Oh my
The late
gosh.
night double feature picture
You
show.
know, I must have fallen asleep during those late nights.
It's
Well, maybe
actually
you weren't the Rocky Horror Picture Show type of person.
right.
Oh, you think not? You should be surprised. Well,
It actually was right at the beginning of the movie.
hmm?
It was right near the beginning of the movie.
All right. Oh
Says the
well.
guy who saw it
So it shows
10
how soon I
times or
fell
so.
asleep. That's all. Oh well. I can't explain it. It's just my brain is turning.
At least.
Jeez. So, well, I guess the hour four has arrived, so I'll sing us out with.
I saw it in the good old days when they actually threw bread and rice and shot
Oh yeah.
water pistols.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing the song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Some trails are happy ones, other trails are blue. It's the way you ride the trail that counts. Here's a happy one for you. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing the song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails